Listening to it is Justine Greening, former Education Secretary and founder of the Social Mobility Pledge, which is a cross-party campaign. Good morning.
Morning.
What does levelling up mean to you, or what should it mean, do you think?
I think it means that young people, wherever they are, have the same life chances. So in other words, somebody up in St Helens and at school should have the same opportunities ahead of them as somebody who's about to come back after the summer and sit in a classroom in Harrow or Eton.
Do you mean the same opportunity in school, so the right to have a first-class education, or what they find when they leave school?
It's got to be both. When I first came up with this phrase, talent spread evenly, opportunity not, it was reflecting the fact that there are two halves of a strategy to level up Britain. One is making sure that our talent is developed wherever it is, and that's where education comes in. The second is making sure that opportunity is spread more evenly, and that it's not just the quantity of opportunity, it's also the fact that people should have fairer access to opportunity. So it's about who gets it as well.
OK, so if we think about job opportunities then, should a key part of this be encouraging employers, those with good, high-paying jobs, to move out of London?
I think part of it is looking ahead to the growth sectors that we've got in our economy. We just heard from Alex, who's in one of them, which is technology. But another one, of course, is the green economy. If we can have those new sectors that will be growing brand new jobs go into those communities and parts of the country where there have been traditionally fewer high-skilled roles, and that is part of the solution. But then you also have to work back from that to make sure that young people coming out of the education system in future years, as those jobs are getting created, have the knowledge, have the skills that they'll need to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that will be on the doorstep, which is why it's important that the government backs universities, particularly in those regions, to be there and playing their role in creating this high knowledge, high salary, high productivity economy, which is actually at the heart of this solution. And so you almost have a government and a country that has a net zero strategy for the planet. We now need a levelling up strategy for people to go alongside that.
Do you think that exists, that this is the government to deliver that?
I think the reality is that every government talks about bringing forward left behind communities. I think Paul Johnson of the IFS talked about the challenges in London. The challenges for young people in London are that there is opportunity on the doorstep, but it's not always opportunity that, say, a child growing up on the Alton estate, half a mile from where I'm sitting, will be able to access. So there is opportunity, but people are locked out of it. Different regions require different strategies. I think that's what we need to see from the government in the autumn, is how are they going to have that more tailored approach and a longer term approach in order to really shift the dial on levelling up. Because the IFS report is almost saying that what's happened over recent years is that a gap has narrowed, but it's actually because, in a way, London has levelled down, and there are more young people who are more locked out of opportunity and more locked out of the housing market.
Justine Greening, thank you very much.